So this is how I got rid of my broke mindset and switched it into a mindset of abundance. And I know there's gonna be a lot of people that watch this and think that the only way to get rich is by doing something practical, by starting a business, by actually putting the work in. And you're completely right. But there's another piece that is very important, and that is your mindset. And once you understand this, it's gonna change your income tremendously. So let's start from the beginning. I grew up with immigrant parents. They are from Colombia. When I was born, we lived in a beaten down apartment, cockroaches, the whole immigrant beginning story. Luckily, when I was around 3 years old, we moved to South Carolina where my parents were able to get a house. They started up their own business and, through lots of hard work, they eventually became middle class. But growing up, I was kind of always stuck in the mindset that we didn't have enough. My parents were extremely frugal. We went out to eat maybe like once a year just on our birthdays, and we only got gifts on Christmas, and they were like socks and a shirt. Even though they did have money, it's kind of like they were just putting it off for an emergency. So I always had this mindset of, I need to save my money. I can't spend it. I got to work hard and make more money and save up and save up. But that's the wrong mindset to have when you're trying to make money. Through reading a lot of books, I began to understand that that's not the way to become rich. The way you become rich or wealthy is by using your money. Now, obviously, you don't want to use it for stupid things like buying a new game system or spending it on shoes, but you have to be able to release that money into the world for your business, your personal brand, mentorships, personal trainers, things that can increase your income or your health. So when I turned 18 years old, me and my parents were kind of having a rocky relationship because I wanted to move out to Los Angeles to pursue my dreams of acting, which I'm still doing. I just booked my first SAG role. A little off topic, but yeah, just in case you guys were wondering. And they were just constantly telling me like, what if, it doesn't work out? What if you run out of money? We're not gonna help you. We're not gonna pay your rent. And I kind of just had to take that risk. But at this point, I had the mindset that money is going to come to me. Things will always be figured out. And I try to stay as positive as possible, even when things weren't working out. And now I have lived in Los Angeles for about 3 years. I feel like I've made a pretty good amount of money for my age, and I am more than grateful for my living situation. This is honestly all because of my mindset. A lot of people will say stuff like manifestation and the law of attraction don't work, but the truth is, it really does. This is how I like to think about it. When you are having a bad day in the morning, let's say you wake up and you have a huge pimple on your face, and then you don't have your favorite breakfast item. You ran out of whatever it may be, and you're late. Your alarm didn't go off. These are all things that can be fixed in a matter of minutes. But what a lot of people would do in that situation is let that morning ruin their entire day. Now they're in a crappy mood. They don't want to talk to anyone. They don't try at their job. And this is where you miss out on opportunities. And then you have the people who just don't care about any of what just happened, make the most out of it, and are still positive. Now when they go into work or whatever it is they're doing, they have a positive mindset, they have a smile on their face, they're doing their job with effort. And this attracts everybody around them. You're gonna come across more opportunities. You're gonna meet someone who can get you somewhere. This has happened to me so many times where I met someone at drama school, or I met someone at an event or on set, and I try to always be positive, have a smile on my face. And that person connects me to something else that propels my career or my income or my health, whatever it may be. But the key is, you don't want to fake this. You want this to be genuine. You want genuine positivity, and the way that you do that is you realize everything that you have and be grateful for it. Even if you're in the crappiest of situations, you can find something to be grateful. Did you eat today? Great. There's a million kids who didn't. Did you sleep somewhere? Great. There's a million kids who had to freeze when they're sleeping. Do you have water? Great. There's a ton of people who just died of thirst. And yes, that's harsh, but you have to realize how blessed you are. And this is gonna help you be positive. It's gonna help you attract things into your life that you never knew were possible. And I'm not saying this is gonna be easy. It's gonna take some time to adjust. Changing your mindset is probably one of the hardest things to do. I would say it's even harder than changing your body. Because changing your body, you can just go to the gym, and switch up your diet a bit. But changing your mindset, These thoughts, these lessons, these morals have been engraved into you since you were a kid. So you have to work your way to a more positive mindset, to switch those thoughts. Get into reading, start reading books that inspire you. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Secret, The Alchemist. All these books will help you become a more positive person. Now let's talk about how to fix the scarcity mindset part. I know how hard it can be when you don't have a lot of money and you're really scared to invest that, or you're really scared to take a chance. You know, you're trying to save up for rent, for groceries. I understand, I've been there. But don't you always get it figured out? I mean, you're here today, right? And I bet a month ago or whenever that was, you were stressed out of your mind, not knowing how you were gonna get it figured out. Yet you did. It's the same way when you spend money for an investment. You will get it figured out. That money is gonna come back to you tenfold. You just have to have trust. You have to be willing to let go of the amount of money that you have to receive it in multiples. Because think about it like this. Scared money don't make money. I know it sounds funny, but it really does not. Let's say you have $1,000 in your bank account, right? That's quite a bit of money for a lot of people. But if you're not willing to completely lose all of that money and being completely okay with that, how do you expect to make $10,000? How do you expect to manage $100,000? How do you expect to manage $1 million? You have to get into the mindset that money always comes back, and it does. This is what the rich and wealthy don't want to tell you. Money is literally just fake. It is an arbitrary number. The government prints trillions of it. You have to stop giving it this insane amount of value. Yes, it can change your life. It can pay your bills and it can give you vacations. But at the end of the day, it's literally just a piece of cloth. It's nothing. Once you understand this is when you start to make a ton of it. When you don't give it so much value, when you're not slaving your time and all this effort into it. You're breaking your back, working 40 hours a week just to make like $500. If you start increasing your knowledge and you start your own business, or you start to provide coaching, you can make that in a day. And the best part, you can do it in your sleep once you set up a system. I don't ever want to sound like I'm BSing you guys, but I promise you, it is possible. I truly believe in you. So to recap, be positive and be grateful for what you have. This will open doors to many connections and improve your life drastically. Number 2, get rid of the scarcity mindset that you already have. Money is nothing. It will come in tenfold once you understand that. Number 3, find a way to make more money. Specialize in something that you're good at and try not to trade your time for money. At the beginning, you're gonna have to, but eventually once you figure out what you're good at and you can set up a system, you will not have to anymore. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I would love to help you. I'm here if you need to talk, and I will be making $1 million next year, and I know you will too. Love you guys.